Thank you, Christy, and again, thank you, Dr. Unruh, and I'd like to thank your fine organization for hosting us. I really appreciate the chance to be here. I want to once again remind you of what I said in the opening, that I honestly believe a declaration of support for my candidacy would be a declaration of independence for this organization, and it would say to both parties that you cannot be taken for granted, that you put principle above partisan politics, and I believe that that's true. And I'd ask you to consider that. I made a few notes about what we've heard today. The Lieutenant Governor had the opportunity to describe for you how he intended to balance the budget in South Dakota. He declined. He gave you absolutely no ideas. This is a position he sought for 3 years. This is an administration he has been the #2 in command of for 8 years. This is someone who has watched the ins and outs of government and the operation of this administration and cannot give you a single idea. I then asked him where he would find the money to increase the Ready Fund. This is a plan he's had on his website for 6 months, he tells you. This is something that he's thought about and studied. And so I asked him, where is the $60 million coming from? No answer. No answer. We talk about Valhalla and the governor's residence in the Black Hills. And we talk about what we're going to do going forward in the future. And what does he tell you his plans are for that jewel in the Black Hills? He is open. He is open. We talk about airplanes and the need to sell airplanes, the need to reduce expenses. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Charlie Crisp, for goodness sakes, sold their airplanes. I don't know why Mike and Dennis can't sell the 3 King Airs that they have, but apparently they can't. We talk about the airplanes. His answer, he's open. He's open. He avoids taking a position on the critical issues of the day that would help inform all of us to make decisions about the direction South Dakota is going to go. Now, at a minimum, you can expect that of a leader, can't you? You deserve to know where South Dakota is going to go if you elect me or if you elect him. The choice is a very clear one. The choice is between someone who will be a caretaker governor, someone who will be honest, and someone who will listen, or someone who will take action and put South Dakota forward on a trajectory going up. You can look in South Dakota. Our history, and there are 2 distinct kinds of governors, ladies and gentlemen. There is the kind that Dennis represents, and there's the kind that I represent. But we are very, very different kinds of governors. A strong leader is someone who will take South Dakota to the next plateau. That's where we deserve to go. We've got everything going for us. We've got the resources, we've got the ability, we've got the work ethic, we have the talent. Unfortunately, we have a deficit. After $300 million of stimulus money, we still have a deficit of $107 million, unable to even balance the budget. With $300 million of stimulus money, we have a deficit of $107 million going forward. That is an arrow that's got to be pointing down by the time the next administration takes office. We've got to get that under control, or nothing else is possible, whether it's reinvesting in kids and schools or roads and bridges. If you read the South Dakota Constitution, and I know that the Tea Party movement is famous for constitutions, you offer a United States Constitution, a copy of it, there at the table coming in, and I encourage anyone to pick it up and read it. It's fascinating. But so is the South Dakota Constitution. The founders of our state were very clear in 1889 when they wrote that document. They couldn't be more clear. Their concerns weren't about cottages in the Black Hills. They weren't about plumbing systems in the Black Hills. They weren't about Medicaid rolls and whether we can privatize them. The founders of this state were obsessed about kids and schools and roads and bridges. The next governor has to share that obsession. Ladies and gentlemen, it is easy to be a popular governor. You go to ribbon cuttings, you give good speeches, you go to the next ribbon cuttings, you kiss babies, you move along. It's easy to be a popular governor. It's hard to be a good one. I'll be a good one.